Hello everybody, my name is Slimiko12 and in this video I want to discuss about my thoughts and feelings on the current playability of Legacy and what it looks like in the future in like say about 5 years I would say. This is going to be an in-depth, nerdy, explanation video that I have I'm just yapping to the the video camera mic. So it's gonna be raw and unedited, so there's not gonna be too many like cuts and stuff. So it's just me talking about thoughts for Legacies. So first of all, I wanted to answer a question about getting the Minecraft Legacy on a disc or something, like how to play it, basically what I mean. Legacy is not available on most digital stores, aka Microsoft Store, PlayStation Store, Wii U Store, etc. So the main only way you can get it is through a disc on Amazon, eBay, or even Goodwill, GameStop's online stores for pre-owned discs, or Facebook Marketplace if you're that desperate. But for the most part, you have to get your discs online, and it's kind of hard, especially when you're not from America. You technically and probably won't be able to find it in your country, which sucks. The other main way you can play Legacy is through emulation on a PC if you have a laptop, and I don't know how to emulate. There's a tutorial online, but for the most part you can't emulate, I think, on every single version on PC. To my knowledge, I don't know them. And also the other one, the bigger elephant in the room, is the source code leak. But I know a lot of people still play this day, despite the code and the link or whatever. It's already gone because Microsoft already got it removed. I feel like it's going to get just slightly bit harder, especially in this day and age, because all the people are moving from Bedrock to Legacy on every single console version. Discs are going to be harder to find because the demand for the discs are rising, especially the community is getting bigger and bigger. So basically we will see a lot of more people probably going towards emulation and the source code leak, even though the source code leak it's okay as its own version, but like it's pirated, and I understand why people do play it, but also at the end of the day it's pirated and you should just instead get the other Legacy versions. It's the same exact thing. But I mean, there has also been a lot of people that are modding it into modern Minecraft and all that stuff, and it's cool, but like Legacy is the way it is. It's a older version of Minecraft and it should stay that way, not really have any new kinks and quirks into it, you know what I mean? There's also been going on that PlayStation is no longer issuing discs for the next console, meaning it might be harder for people to play Legacy on the newer versions with backwards compatibility. I don't know if this will be the same for Xbox and their next console, but generally after this year it is going to be 10 times, not even 10 times, maybe like 1,000 times harder to even get a disc for Legacy to play on PlayStation 4 or 3, because also you gotta take in the fact that they're also canceling out PlayStation 3's and Vita's stores, I'm pretty sure. So it's gonna be a lot more harder to even get Legacy on PlayStation entirely. So I mean, if you have an older PS4 console, like that can work, but after that, no, it's wraps. So it might be just a little more harder to find and play Legacy, especially with the whole disc craze going on right now, that a lot of people cannot get discs because there's already a huge high demand for the discs. There's also another big elephant in the room. I don't know if anyone has experienced this when they're watching YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Reels on Instagram. There has been a lot of nostalgia slop, and I think a lot of Legacy community knows what that term means. It is a new buzzword. It's about making it seem like your content is all about Minecraft being dead and no one remembers it, so you gotta make the community remember it. But that's not the case at all. Legacy has upwards of almost 13k people entirely on all its versions, and I think that it should not be treated as a dead game because there's so many people making content on this game. Taken in fact for me, like I am honestly constantly streaming. I am making content almost every day. I'm trying to make the game alive as it is, not a dead game, because people are still playing it every day. Maybe the fact that there's not a lot of people in the minigame lobbies because of time zones, time restraints. It seems like people, in this day and age are assuming that Minecraft Legacy's versions are all dead, and they're definitely not, because there's been so many content creators coming up into the scene, and they are, trying to make content, making sure that Legacy stays alive and in the talks of the broader Minecraft conversation, and it makes sense why people, even like other Bedrock players or Java players would assume that, you know, Legacy is dying because we don't get enough players every single day. But also, you have to take in the fact that it is a discontinued game and it's a niche for a lot of people, almost over 10k people. So, of course, people will be playing this every day. And also, someone just told me the other day that Rainbow Six Siege just had a resurgence and it's getting over, I think 100k players, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, it's not off the entire table that if Legacy gets its maybe older content creators back, try to stream it, maybe boosting more of a peak. Like, it's just that we need a resurgence, and the way that it has to happen is through more popular people. And of course, Forge Studios could also say, you know, something about Legacy, how it's not dead. People are still playing it, you can still play it, but obviously they're not going to because they don't get a profit off of it anymore. Microsoft obviously is not going to because Microsoft only cares about Bedrock and not Legacy, and they treat Legacy as a dead game regardless because that's what they want everyone to think so, because they already took out so much stuff on the Bedrock Marketplace, aka classic textures and Forge Studios and matchup packs, for example. And it just sucks because Legacy as a whole is just such an amazing version of Minecraft because it's downgraded to one of more simpler Minecraft updates. It's like a branch between new and old Minecraft, but a lot of people hate on it because those updates were during Minecraft's worst times as a game. And of course, you can argue that the updates that Legacy is on right now, which is 1.12, 13, and 14, they are all kind of mid to the more broader Minecraft player base because they weren't like relatively game-changing. I mean, obviously the Ocean update was game-changing, Village and Pillage was kind of, and of course 1.12 wasn't entirely game-changing. So that's why a lot of people kind of dog on the Legacy versions, because they're at a point where which it kind of is not really updated or anything meaningful added to Minecraft. But I gotta disagree with that because Legacy versions, every single one of them, they are all simplistic in their own right, and they're made for controller players, obviously, so it's kind of peak to be playing it, especially as if you're a controller player, you would rather off be playing something that is more catered to the controller and not a mobile phone. And I'm looking at you, Bedrock Edition, and I understand where Bedrock is coming from because they want to include every single version, which is console and Windows and phone, but at the end of the day, it's just really hard to cater to those three when they all have different play styles. And that's why I feel like a lot of controller players should be moving back to Legacy, because the controller optimization, UI, and settings that Legacy does offer, it really helps out a ton for those that only play controller. And there's a lot of people that still play Modern Minecraft and consider most Legacy players to be a nostalgia bond because it's a very discontinued game with not a lot of features, and I highly disagree with that because obviously Minecraft is a sandbox game and you would want to build anything you want to. But I think it's a very good charm factor that Legacy has not been updated because you have much more less blocks, but a lot more creativity to do with build and create stuff with so much more little blocks. I, for one, have been playing Legacy for over 13 years and never once have I really switched up on it because Minecraft Legacy is very polished for the controller player, and I've always been a controller player. A lot of people have asked me why I don't play Java, why I don't play on keyboard, why I don't play Bedrock. It's because I've always been a controller player at heart, and I never really experienced anything else that anyone else has because I've always played on Xbox. I really never switched over to Java. I tried Java once and it was horrible because obviously I don't know how to control a keyboard. So that's why I'm always on Legacy, because I feel like this one is better for controller players and better for me and my own because Legacy was just that good. So those were my thoughts and feelings on the current version of Legacy and its kind of future. I would hope that Legacy will not die in the next 5 years because that would be sad for me and a lot of other people because we've always valued this game, ever since it came out, and it has that special charm to it that a lot of people will never forget about it, and that's why they continue to play this game. So if you guys have any other comments about my opinions, or if you have your own opinions, share them in the comments below because I'll read them if you play this every single day, or if you're a returning player for nostalgia. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day and peace out.